rails. For him to act as he did was rather shocking to everyone. I mean, President Zelensky, instead of showing gratitude, he interrupted and berated his hosts at a very perilous time for his country. Now here in Palm Beach, President Trump is sticking another tee in the ground, playing some golf this morning. He'll likely later be working on that big speech from that joint session of Congress Tuesday night in primetime.
And it looks like he has a gorgeous day there in West Palm Beach to tee off. We'll be talking about that speech coming up as well later today. Lucas Thompson live for us in West Palm Beach. Lucas, thank you. Israel says it is stopping the entry of all humanitarian aid into Gaza as Hamas refuses to take an extension for phase one. Prime Minister's office threatening additional consequences if the militant group continues.
And we just gave them $4 billion. Yeah, let's stop humanitarian aid. Yeah, we're the good guys. Yeah, let them all fucking starve.
Yeah, it is a tricky and a dangerous time here right now. Phase one of the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas has finished, but phase two has yet to be agreed to. Instead, Israel is offering an extension of phase one.
Oh, really? How nice of them. Here's a good car, Joanne. It's in Syosset, New York. I wonder if they're open. They're probably closed.
Hamas is rejecting the offer, calling it blackmail. As Israel responded with that complete cutoff of the humanitarian aid to Gaza. That aid had been flowing to the desperate people there during phase one of the accord. Israel also threatening their...
It's got 21,000 miles on it.
...didn't agree to the stopgap plan. The new ceasefire approach unveiled amid...
Hello, everyone. Hello. Happy Sunday. Joanne, what are you burning?
My stomach is bothering me.
What are you making, a sandwich?
No, I'm gonna make some toast.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck? Oh.
It's a box. Hello. Sati Parkas Morin up 50. Hello. Namaste. Hello there.
May be recorded.
They open?
Thank you for calling Legend Nissan and Infinity. We are currently closed.
I want to buy a new car. I can't buy one now because I had a problem with my other car. Trump. So Trump officially made the American language, I don't know why they call it English. They should call it the American language, the official language of the United States. So now when you come here, you can't bitch anymore that we don't speak your language, because now you knowingly come into this country that the official language is American. So now you have no fucking excuses. The QGMR, do you understand English? Because I am from India. I understand American. I live in America, the Q, and I understand American, not English. Sorry about that. I'm an American, so I speak American. Tatiana Wortman, Indiana, USA. Hello, welcome. Tatiana, welcome. Diego, no, I speak American, Diego. I'm in America. I speak American, not English. People in England speak English. Here in America, you can speak whatever you want. I speak American. Like the Gulf of America. You ever hear of that place? I'm from the East Coast. Oh, it's pretty dark. Does this live stream look dark to you guys? So we got a message held for review already. Okay. Diego, Diego says, you can call it whatever you want. I speak American. Do I sound like someone that from England that speaks English? The English language is probably, there's a 25% indifference the way we pronounce different terms and words. We even have Latin words in our language. The English doesn't have that. So I speak American. Getting reported. Nazay Cox, do not report him. I don't know why he wants to report me. I guess he's an unhappy person. You know, he says he's live, so that means he's a YouTuber and he goes live, but he must go around reporting channels. Butt pirate. Hey, Bobby. Christian, the guy, says hi. How you doing, buddy? The Gulf of America, yes. I want a $10 cash for life, but it's in Maryland. Are you wrong about what, Diego? What are you wrong about? Diego, you can call your language anything you want, pal. You can't force me to agree with you. That's what you want to do, and now you're threatening me. I'm going to report you, blah, 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 blah. I speak American. Do I sound like I'm from England? Do I sound British to you? I mean, do I sound British to you? People in the South, they have their own language. You ever hear that? Like people in Brooklyn, they have their own dialects. The Americans have a lot of different dialects. So it's basically a version of the English language. But since we're Americans, I speak American. Isaac, how can I send you $5? I'll send you $5. Isaac wants $5. Alex, because I'm right, Alex. If you go to California, half of the people there, you don't even know what the fuck they're saying. Down south, like in West Virginia, you don't that's how they talk. You don't even know what they're saying. How is that English? That's how you say my name, Isaac? I will give you 100. Whoa, that would be nice. Never heard of this new language. American? It's not a new language. It's been around since we beat the British in 1776, and it became America. Tariffs, so tech billionaires won't have to. No, tariffs are import taxes. Alex, it's not a tax on billionaires. It's an import tax. Yeah. You know how many different dialects in Florida? Well, I don't know about, like if you go in Louisiana, they speak, you don't even know what they're saying. So people in America speak American. We live in America. People in England speak English. I'm not making fun of others. I'm just it's an example, Rigsby. It's an example. Like when you go to Ireland, they speak an Irish dialect. And if they speak, you can't even understand them, even in Scotland. They speak Scottish, in my opinion. And the people in Ireland speak Irish. First of all, the English language is a derivative of Germanic. It didn't originate in England. We tried it, Democrat way, mess. Frank Dedano, what's up, buddy? Do people in Mexico speak Mexican? I guess. They're in Mexico, aren't they? What do they speak? Schmoides? Huh? So you don't love our vets? Misha, who said that? I don't love our vets. What does language have to do with vets? What are you talking about? Human. Hey, we got a human in the house. King Trump. Wow. Spanish. Well, I'm sure that in Mexico there's people that speak like a Mexican version of Spanish. That doesn't mean they all speak. In Spain, they have Galician. They speak Galician. They speak all kinds of different. There's people that I used to work with a guy. He was from Spain. The Spanish guys didn't understand what he was saying. There was one guy. He was from Puboa, and he would talk. Nobody knew what the fuck. I was like, "What did he say?" The Spanish guys said, "Well, we don't know. He's from Puboa in Spain." He's like from the mountains. They don't even know what the fuck he's saying. All hail Trump. Bone crusher. AZ, hello AZ. You're gonna find me? Okay. When you find me, I'll give you $10. How's that? Oh, we got a new subscriber. Thank you, my friend. So you don't speak American, you speak English with an American. No, I speak American. There's way more words in the American language than there is in the English language that they speak mostly in England. England, English, American language. Got it? If I got to pay you to subscribe, I got enough subscribers. I like subscribers who like me and want to be my friend. I don't like paying people to subscribe. But if you're in need of $5, I'll give you $5. If you give me, yeah, right, there we go. Marco, thank you, sir. Here, 4 languages that are Spanish: Basque, Catalan, Galician, Castilian. Oh, he's Portuguese. And then there's Poboa. There's even more. Even Portuguese is like Spanish. They just say it different. Hablamos, hablo. I mean, what's the difference? I bet you like some Brazilians that speak Portuguese, they probably don't even understand the Portuguese. Well, they don't. Well, now there's the Gulf of America. Pretty soon, we speak American. See, by us saying we speak English connects us to England, and we should have a far disconnect from England, because I really don't want to be associated with the English government. They're not our friends. You speak German? Ukrainian and French, wow. The world hates me? Good. I don't hate the world. Miss Y, new subscriber, thank you. Thank you. Common sense. That's what America is lacking. Nobody knows what a man is, what a woman is. You could just pretend, and we have to accept your insanity. What are you burning, Joanne? You want a diary?
I just have to sit down.
You want a diary?
My stomach's hurt.
Your stomach? Why?
I don't know.
What is that?
Just a piece of toast.
I mean, there's no room on this table.
Yeah, because who has all the room? This is garbage.
Yeah.
This is garbage.
I bought that from the priest.
I'm from the priest.
We have to
What's
accept
this?
your insanity. Yeah. You don't have to.
What's this?
Just nothing.
Is that an appointment?
No. No. It's fucking union. He is a Russian lover. Who is a Russian lover? Everybody loves. There's a lot of Russian people, a lot of people who love Russians and Russia. Russia's a beautiful country. What's there not to love? Sorry that the word English hurts. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I live in America. I grew up speaking American. I don't sound anything like an English person or a person from England. Jeremiah, good afternoon, buddy. How's the Epstein files looking for you? Pretty much admitted. Yeah, they might find my name on it. Tatiana was born in the USSR. Okay. Jeremiah Brown, Russia. Yeah, I mean, Russia's a beautiful country. I'm sure the Russian people, they don't agree with a lot of the politics of Russia, but they have no choice like we don't. We don't make the decisions here. You can't blame the Russian people. That you don't never see them prostrating in the street. Or maybe they just don't show it. What shaver do you use? Why? I got a good shave? I shave good, right? I had a long beard. Not long, but I can't really grow like a nice beard. I'd be a bad beard person. Pick a side. Brian Parsons. The guy, yeah. Trump is embarrassment to our country. Daniela. Well, Daniela, according to the election results, you are 20% who think that. The rest of the country doesn't. Say the F word. The F word. What's an F word?
Friend, fun.
You mean like friend, family, fond of, funny? I can't believe Republicans are dumb enough. Republicans, so how do you feel about NGOs if Republicans are so stupid? Aren't the Republicans exposing the NGOs? You accept my East Coast behavior? Well, thank you.
Good. Keep it on them.
Oh, we got Mr. Lopez. I always thought that English was the main language as well as Christianity because we live under God. So why don't we make Christianity the main religion? That would be contradicting. Well, Christianity basically is the #1 religion in the United States. And the majority of the people in the world convert to Christianity from whatever religion they're from. Dumb, you fell for it. So that sucks. What are you talking about? Okay, here's something. There's 150 people watching, having a good time, and only 12 people gave a thumbs up. We should have 150 thumbs up. You don't even have to super chat. All you got to do is just give a thumbs up. How hard is that? This guy is so stupid. Why am I so Unknown is back. Hey, what's up, Unknown? He thinks I'm stupid. Unknown thinks I'm stupid. I'm a troll, Blob? With a name like Blob? Jersey Mike. Hey, what's up, buddy? Only 12 people. No, 16, Mike. I got 16 thumbs ups now. So there must be a lot of Democrats in the live stream. I'll thumbs up if you admit you're speaking English. No, I'm speaking American. I'm sorry. Blob is laughing his ass off. I was quoting Blob, Johnny. Oh, okay. That's okay. We're here to have a good time. As a young guy who sits in the middle of American politics and have been a member of both parties, I feel the red team versus blue team mentally likes a sports game, which is why America is what it is today. Yeah, very well said, Midwestern Viking. The Blob says he misread who sent the text. Yeah, sometimes it happens. What was that book what's that book, Joanne? It's not actually a book. There's a guy in Canada, he's a priest, and his name is Father Mark Goring. He has a YouTube channel. He's got about 260,000 followers, subscribers, and he wrote this book. I thought it was a book, but what it is, it's a daily journal. It's a journal. Whatever. You help the guy out. I mean, he's writing a book. He's probably going to donate all this money. But he's got in Canada, he's into going into the woods. So he's got a little a container home in the woods, and he shows you how to cook in the woods. It's pretty cool. He's a great YouTuber, and he's a very intelligent priest. What was the last book you read? Coloring? Yeah. Well, this is a book I read. It's a daily diary. Let's see what it says. It's called the 40-Day Freedom Walk Journal. It's on Amazon. I just bought it to help him out, support him. I spent so much money on junk. What's the big deal? I helped a nice man out. You know, I bought his book. You know what I mean? What's the big deal? Pre-walk notes, good deed. Jesus said, "Follow me." And then he's got like quotes of the Bible. And he's got a quote on every day. That's nice. I like that. It chokes me up. Aussies talk Australian. Exactly. Thank you. If you live in Australia, your official language should be Australian. Why would you pick like Swedish? Let me see. Let me look this up. What countries speak American? The United States is the only country that natively speaks American English. Ah, suckers! Where are all the haters? Where are all the haters? See? Which countries speak American language? Should they say the American language? So Australians speak Australian. All right, so they originally when the English sent over the people they were, but then it evolved into Australian. Doggy, who's here? You proved us right. No, I didn't. American English, right. So it's a derivative of English. Just like Spanish and French and Italian. Those are the Romance languages of Latin. What's the difference? The American version of English has more words in it than the English language itself. Yeah. How many words does the American English version have? Over 1 million words. How many words does the English language have? Roughly 1 million words. So, over 1 million words for American, roughly 1 million words, and I bet you they don't even have that. They don't even have 1 million words. How many words are there in total in the English language? Estimating the number of words in the English language is a complex process. The Oxford English Dictionary estimates that there are 170,000 words in current use, with an additional 47,000 obsolete words. There you go. All right. How many words are in American? It's difficult to pinpoint the exact number of words in the English language, but estimates range. Oh, that's English. So the Merriam-Webster dictionary, there's 1 million words. There's more words in the American language than there is in the English language. So the Americans have a larger vocabulary than the English. The average English vocabulary is around 20 to 35,000 words. Yeah. So there you go. So American is a language because we have more words that we take from Latin, from other different cultures that we're multicultural in the United States, and we absorb those words. Mainly Latin. Mainly Latin. You know, because the Spanish people, not that many French, but a lot of Italians live in the United States, so they took up a lot of foreign words that are from a foreign country. American English, right? But we don't speak American English. We speak American. We just drop the English. It's obvious. We don't have to give credit to the English, to England for the language. It's American. We have our own language. We have our own phrases. We have our own sentence structures. One time I hired a Chinese guy in China when I owned my business to write articles for me, to do SEO, search engine optimization. So he started writing these articles. He says, bro, you can't write in English. I'm in America. You got to make these articles sound like they were written by an American. When you read the American newspaper, it's completely different reading the English newspaper. You think the New York Post in New York sounds like the paper in London, the London Press? No. No, you probably wouldn't be able to even read. If you grew up and lived in America your whole life and you picked up in it, you wouldn't even know how to fucking read it. It would make no sense to you, the way they have sentence structure. Hey, 12. Oh, I have low IQ. You must be a very high IQ. Wow. Can you prove to us how high your IQ is, please? I mean, I like being around smart people. So if you're already determined that I have a low IQ, let's prove to us how of a great IQ you have. You must have what, a 160? You must be real fucking intelligent. So if you live in Boston, what language? You speak American. But even people in Boston, they have their own way of saying, of using phrases and describing things. So it's American. America is just gigantic compared to... Oh, my steak's coming. The Trump dance. Did you guys watch my scrap video on my other channel? I don't understand YouTube, man. I put the video up. It's it's a minute and a half. I get 728 views and it dies. Like, what the deuce, man? Now, do they say what the deuce in England? No, they don't say that. This is my other channel. Richard Allen Pratt, Donald Trump's IQ. Wow. Oh, that's a lot.
That's
Two
not
steaks?
just you, that's one steak. That's how it came. That's how I cooked it.
It's a little rough.
Thank you for some water.
Look at this. Rah. Rah. Oh. I seen a guy one time boil a steak and then fry it.
That's not boiled.
Who says that? Name. Who says steak is bad for you? Who says that? People who want you to eat tofu? Is tofu good for you? The best meat you could eat is pork. A little chewy, but it's all right. Yeah, salad would be nice. Thank you. Jersey Mike's. Have you ever been to Jersey Mike's? Can you believe BlackRock purchased Jersey Mike's for $17 billion? That's insane. tofu is very bad for men. Tofu is very high in estrogen. Yeah, my dinner. You know, men don't want to eat a lot of tofu because it's very bad for them. Like if there's any like soy product in what you eat, you should stop eating it. Especially if you're a man. Watchdog, Bagel House talks of, well, that's not needed, but that's like if you eat, I'm not eating all the fat. And the fat is the best part of the steak. I mean, I don't eat steak every day. Everything is at a moderation. If you eat too much of anything, it's not good for you. It's like somebody eating ice cream every day and cake. You think that's good for you? Or drinking a gallon of soda or a quart of soda every day. You think that's good for you? No. Oh, thank you. At least steak is protein. Right, Joanne?
Steak is protein.
I mean, if you believe in science, if you're like this guy that believes in everything science tells you, right? And you believe in evolution, did those people who evolved into Homo sapiens, like us, we're Homo sapiens, what did they eat? Did they eat tofu? No, they fucking had a meat diet. And because of that meat diet, they became human beings. You learn in college that the reason why human beings have superior brains than any other animal on earth is because of cooked meat. Not because they lived on carrots and celery, because of cooked meat. So basically what happened was the primordial man, right? I don't believe in evolution. I believe in I'm a creationist, right? But I studied evolution. I was forced to in high school, in grammar school. So primordial man, they would eat the meat raw. And then as man evolved, like I think from Neanderthal, and then from the Neanderthal, we got Homo sapiens, but they don't know how Neanderthal jumped from Neanderthal to Homo sapien, and that's why they say there's a missing link between Neanderthal man and Homo sapiens. This is a rough meat.
Because she keeps buying the wrong one.
Should have pounded it.
I can't. It was frozen.
Oh, that's why.
She froze it and then she defrosted it.
Oh, that's why. You gotta defrost and let it sit. Let the meat relax.
I know that.
So they teach you in school that cooked food, cooked meat, developed the human brain into what we are today. Or else we still be running around fucking trying to kill elephants and spearing shit. But too much meat is no good. You can get gout. Trump's father was an orangutan? I didn't know that. Did you know that, Joanne?
What?
Trump's father was an orangutan?
Oh, he was? Oh, I didn't know that. He was a very smart businessman.
Was he one of the orangutans from the Planet of the Apes? Doctor, what was his name? What was the orangutan's name on the Planet of the Apes?
He was cousins with the...
Dr. Zayas. Was it Dr. Zayas? Was it Dr. Zayas? The orangutan? Isn't that funny though? How the gorillas were like the aggressive ones. The chimpanzees were the workers. And the orangutans were the smart ones. But Cornelius was a smart ape. What names? Dr. Zayas? That's a real, I think that's a real name. Yeah. I used to love those movies. One time me and my friends went to watch the Planet of the Apes. We stayed in the movie theater all day. Back then, the movies. You know, now they make movies on Netflix because it's so much cheaper. It's so much cheaper to make a movie because you have digital media. You don't have film anymore. You know, you don't have any more like film. You just shoot it on digital, and you have a guy who knows how to edit video very well, and you have CGI. So to make a movie, it's cake. What's up, Anna Kapenko? Den's the wild card. 285 pounds. Wow. This meat is tough. Are you eating the pig's foot?
I made
How
the
is it?
soup.
Should have took this up before we left.
No.
Not now.
When I came home and I said, "Where's the steak?" She's like, "Oh, I threw it in the freezer."
How did you defrost it?
I defrosted it, but
In the microwave?
on defrost.
Yeah. The microwave destroys food.
It didn't cook it. It defrosted it.
No, I know, but
It didn't do anything to it. It's just that's chuck. That cut of steak is not.
because it didn't have you gotta let, when you have steak
It's gotta come to room temperature.
and you want to cook it, that day you should take it out of the refrigerator, go to work, and leave it out and just let it, and even, you know, if you want to soften a
Room
little bit,
temperature.
and just let it rest, and all the membranes will break down. When you take a steak out of the fridge frozen, how can you eat no more? That's why she's eating the pig's feet. Maybe we can make steak sandwiches out of it.
What's it?
We'll cook it again in the frying pan. No?
Tomorrow.
And make a
Yeah.
steak crumb. Evan, so I'm not one of the smart people here. Evan, you say Jason's so smart? Why is Jason so smart? I'm the smartest guy here.
Oh, Jason's there?
Jose.
Hi, Jason.
Nah, I don't believe that. Like taking out a frozen rock hard piece of steak.
No, it won't cook
How
right.
you gonna cook that? I'd rather have Trump to storm or even Putin. Sense, what's up? Johnny, if you don't mind, what do you think about, I mean, I don't even care. And I mean, I feel bad for the people there and everything, but I got enough fucking problems here. And the Ukraine is just adding to the problem that we have here in the United States. That's how I feel about it.
Zelensky and
They
and the
just
Russians-
adding. We have so many problems in this country that the rest of the world keeps dumping their problems on America because they think like we have all this fucking money because of stupid politicians who hand out NGOs, foreign aid. They just give money away. No other country does that. I want to see how much money Germany hands out in NGOs and foreign aid. Probably nothing. Nothing. Why are countries coming here always asking Americans for money? So they want to put me in poverty by taxing the shit out of me, and they don't want to put taxes on tariffs because all these people from these countries that come here asking for money, they don't want to pay taxes. They want to do business in America for free. Wow, how fucking noble of them.
That's very true.
It is true. It is true. We gotta suffer for these fucking people.
Always discreet paths with ladder protection that lunges 45
Is that pasta hot?
It was. Make sure it's delicious.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, it's not just the Ukraine, don't get me wrong. It's all these countries that want money from the United States. I can understand, like, if you're a poor country, then you have no business going to war. Then instead of going to war, you should have went to the United States and say, listen, Russia's trying to attack us. Help us out. Not, the United States shouldn't have went there and started helping them fight the war. We should have had, like Trump says, negotiations to prevent the war, to prevent America from paying all this fucking money. Raising American taxes. Because it makes it harder, because one day America's not going to be around to pay all these fucking people. The gravy train's going to stop. Because of debt. Elon Musk said it. You can't sustain all this debt. It's got to come down. It's like a business. When a business borrows more than it could pay out, it goes out of business. That's a business scheme. To go into business, borrow as much money as you can, and then go out of business and file Chapter 11 or Chapter 8, whatever it is.
Chapter 7 or 13.
Chapter 7, there's a lot of them. And they avoid paying their creditors. So what's going to stop, America from collapsing?
Any cheese.
We're not inevitable to. That's how they destroy America from within. I mean, people come here. Oh, we have problems. We have war. Give us money. Pay for our war, just like that.
What about here?
Pay for our war. What about the war in America? With all the crime and all these people, all the criminality, all the NGOs ripping us off. Why aren't they going after them? The police are there to help to arrest, regular citizens. Well, not, you know what I mean. Why don't the police investigate NGOs? Why are they not allowed to do that? Why are they exempt from that? Or the state police. What is the point of having state police if they can't investigate white collar crime? Or the who's investigating white collar crime? How does that work? Does somebody know? Why they don't investigate white collar crime? Why is that? How come they don't investigate? But they went after Martha Stewart. I wonder what they
Which is true.
for insider trading. Yet
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi is the champion.
Is the biggest
And
insider
all
trader.
these politicians. She must have really pissed somebody off in politics for them to go after her and put her in jail. For insider trading? Wow. She must have told somebody to go fuck themselves. But they didn't take her down. She's still,
She's back to normal.
yeah. She got TV shows. She's still
Still
selling her
back.
shit.
She's back.
Isaac. Istanbul. Beval. Kamala. Okay. Who agrees with me? If you spell your name with a K-A, what does that sound? Cat. If you want to say Kamala, you spell it with a C. Right? Kamala. Oh, ka. Right. K-A is ka. C-A is cat. So how the fuck is your name Kamala when you spell your name with a K? Then change the first letter of your name to a C. Then you'll say Kamala. Yes or no? Am I right or wrong? So here you have all these haters on TikTok. Like if you mention Vice President Harris's name wrong, oh, you have no respect. How dare you? Blah, blah, blah. I'm just reading it the way it fucking reads. They call her President Harris or Vice President. I'm just if somebody came into this live stream and their name was Kamala, I would call her Kamala. Not Kamala. Kamala's with a C. So she's the only hope the Democrats have. I hope Sarah Huckabee wins the presidency. But then again, you know, her father's the ambassador to Israel, which may not really be a good thing for Americans. No, Donald Trump made him an ambassador. How much money does the ambassador to Israel make? As of February 2025, the average salary for a U.S. ambassador is $195,000, with a range of $167 to $232. However, an ambassador's salary can exceed the maximum base merit. Wow. How did they figure that out? So I wonder,
All the fringe benefits.
does Mike Huckabee live in Israel? Nestled amidst the rolling hills of Roland, Arkansas, lies the home of former... Well, they're not saying it. I probably have to do a different type of search. That's good.
Have a piece of that toast, the back one.
You want pasta? I could eat pasta every day. I love pasta. And pasta with squid. Oh, it's delicious. I could drink this sauce. I could. It's so good. This is all protein, spaghetti with squid. It's a carbohydrate with a protein. Oh, penne alla vodka, though. Well, they lowered the interest rates, which sucks. Why would they lower the interest rates? That's stupid. At the rate they had the interest rates was perfect. So what are they gonna do? Bring interest rates back down to zero and then nobody's gonna make any money on interest?
They did that so they could sell more houses.
No.
Wow.
I mean, how you gonna pay down the debt? The Fed should keep the rate the way it was, not lower it. Bone Crusher eggs $12. $1 an egg. Where you buying eggs for $12?
You're crazy.
What kind of eggs are you buying? From the Golden Chicken? Are you buying eggs from the Golden Goose? $12 a dozen. Damn. Well, I mean, if you live in certain parts of the world where, where everything is expensive, you're gonna pay a lot more for eggs. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Huh. Like in Hawaii, pizza delivery cat. Think about it like that. Like Hawaii's like one of the biggest woke Democrat states in the country, and the taxes there are insane. You can't even live. You can't even buy food there. It's so expensive. Canada chick. Well, I was against Donald Trump cutting the federal employees because first, you should cut fraud in the government. These people are working.
Are they working?
I mean, whatever. They're working. So the first thing you should do is get rid of all the NGOs. It doesn't matter what they are. Go get private funding. The government should not fund NGOs. Get rid of that. Then get rid of all the fraud. And then maybe start leaning off on the employees.
Oh, thank you.
Once again, when a company lays off its employees, that's an old economic strategy. If you've been to college and you've taken, like myself, economics, I was an economic major, 1 and 2, you will learn in economics that the easiest way to save money in business is to cut labor. It seems like when you go to college and you take economics and finance, it's all anti-labor. College business, even if you take any college like business, finance, economics, marketing, it's all anti-labor. All of it.
It's very true.
So you get these stupid kids whose fathers are in unions who break their ass to pay for their college. They come out of college anti-labor. Are you retarded? They're fucking anti-labor. My first wife's grandma, rest her soul. I don't know if she's still alive. She was a very nice woman. She used to tell me, "Oh, unions are bad. Companies put food on your table. So what are you gonna do? Be a slave? You're not gonna get paid? Because then I won't work there. Go hire your relatives to work there." That's what I say. If you don't want to pay people to work in your business so you can earn a profit, then have more kids. Like in the old days, right? The farmers had like 14 kids. So they all grow up and work in the farm. Do the same thing. Oh, labor's too expensive, but I'm worth $300 million. I'm worth $500 million in my business. But labor's too expensive. My CEO makes $40 million a year, but labor's too expensive. Well, the only way they could avoid the economic collapse is by stop funding these fucking foreign countries, for one. Stop funding these NGOs, for two. And then you can go after, labor that's actually not working in the government, that they have no-show jobs. Then you get rid of them. You can't be Donald Trump and say we're gonna lower your taxes and continue to fund all these fucking programs. Then you just bullshitting. Remember that movie where the guy was the watch salesman? What the hell was the name of that movie? And he went to his uncle for a loan.
What the fuck?
And his uncle was like a really rich guy. And he gave him like 130, and he told him, "Don't ever ask me for money again. That's it." What are they cooking? I like these guys that travel the world doing food reviews. So good.
This thing? And wrap it. Okay, for tomorrow.
That's
It's all
it.
garbage.
Dinner's over.
No, I'm using this spoon for my tea. I stir in my tea.
That was good. The pasta was delicious. Anybody can make that. All you got to do is just go buy a can of sauce, a jar. I mean, we made it fresh out of the can. Go get a sauce you like. Go get some calamari. And just fucking throw it in there and cook it. It's delicious.
Really?
But you got to get fresh calamari, not this stuff that. But maybe even that'll work. You could throw anything in there. Shrimps.
Scallops, mussels.
A nice espresso, yeah.
No.
No? What's for dessert?
Mm.
You don't know?
I don't make no dessert.
What do you mean?
I didn't make any dessert. I didn't bring anything today.
Well, we have donuts.
Uh,
I had a milkshake the other night. That was pretty good.
that was a good milkshake.
Have you signed up to fight yet? A nice espresso would be nice, Canadian chick. Johnny, do you remember me from the last stream? In this channel or the JohnAvanti channel? I was live here today.
That's funny.
There is a booger in your nose.
There is?
No, there isn't.
Here,
There isn't. He's
I'm
lying.
just saying. If there is, blow it.
There's no booger. Here, how's that? Is that better? Yeah. Why are you looking up my nose? Why are you gazing at my nose, boogers?
You want my nose?
Yeah, man. What's up, buddy? Everybody subscribe to Yeah, man. He's got a good channel, man. He cracks you up. He's funny as hell, man. You could be RoboCop. Really? That'd be that was a good movie. That was like the $6 billion man in a different version. Remember the $6 million man? We can rebuild him. That's what they did to RoboCop.
Emma, you got dessert?
Oh, you were there too?
You got more chocolate cake? Chocolate cake. Yeah, just a little piece of chocolate cake.
Joanne, you can't eat my chocolate cake.
It's not yours. No, donut. No.
There's no more chocolate. You ate it all
I
already.
did not. I wanted chocolate. We don't have. No.
No, don't go to the store.
No. No go nowhere. I don't need it. There's a reason why we don't have it.
Moots disco.
That
Moots
shit's so I gotta get out of
disco.
this house.
Imagine your boomer uncle live streaming on YouTube. I'm nobody's uncle. Trump's a diddler, worse than Diddy. How do you figure that? What kind of a statement is that? I mean, I'm really starting to disagree with a lot of Trump's policies, though. I gotta say. I mean, you know, like he's handing money out. Like he should have told Rubio, that's it. This fucking store is closed. No one come to America and ask us for money anymore, or any less. That's it. You don't get shit. Adam Wolf, how many genders are there? It all depends who you are.
2. Did you figure out what?
I mean, I know I am a man and woman, but other people may beg the difference. See, I think the whole thing is what woman is different from female. Right? You ever see when people say act like a woman, be a woman, womanhood, right? That doesn't refer to biological. Womanhood, be a female, be a woman. That refers to psychological. But a female refers to physical, biological, right? So men can actually feel like a woman. I mean, if you think about it, a man psychologically eating a lot of tofu and a lot of soy milk and that's why they call people in the Philippines soy boys. Because soy is a contributor to demasculizing men, right? So a lot of men grow up, maybe because of all this baby food with all this soy in it, and they have female tendencies or woman tendencies. So it's no fault of their own, perhaps. Trump doesn't hate the LGBT. I bet you more people from the LGBTQ community voted for Donald Trump than Vice President Harris. She lost. She got destroyed, bro. She spent $250 billion, $2.5 billion and was destroyed. They couldn't even contest the election. There was no way they could even find the fucking the votes to overthrow Trump's votes. So you think the LGBTQ community didn't vote for him? Of course they did. He won the majority of the vote in every class. That's how he won, I would believe, 80% of the vote. That's not true. 1.5? No fucking way. He won the popular vote. How is that possible? He won the popular vote. He won how many electoral college votes? Over 200.
All of them. He won. Hands down.
Get the numbers, scuff nut. Fat kitten. Let's go to bed. I went too far. I'm not tired right now. I already took a nap. I'm never going to sleep tonight. The FBI just returned documents to Mar-a-Lago that they said weren't his.
Who? No, baby. No.
What does that even mean? Documents from
It's
Mar-a-Lago
okay.
that Mar-a-Lago, what do you mean, weren't it? Documents?
No worry. No problem. It's okay.
First of all, what
It's
kind of
full.
classified information could Donald Trump possibly
We're
have
fine.
had in his possession? He had copies. The president doesn't get official documents. Nobody does. They have copies. When Barack Obama left the White House, he took copies of things that he signed, all of that shit. So what could he have possibly had in his house that were documents like original copies? He had the original copy of the Declaration of Independence.
Oh yeah, from 1776.
I mean, how fucking
Isn't
stupid
that in
is that?
Washington? Oh wait, no, that's by the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia.
What did he have that was an original copy?
It's got no original.
He had
bullshit.
copies, like fucking boxes. He probably didn't even want it. He probably didn't even want them. It's probably all on the computer anyway. How is that like secret documents? What secret documents could he? Everything's out in the open. What secret documents like Epstein Island attendees? Is that what they're afraid of? Or who's getting all the NGOs? Those are the documents he had? I mean, what documents did he have? Documents that proved all these politicians are crooked?
Yeah, I can tell you. Yeah. No,
Kiwi, what's up? Evan Parmentai, Scuffnut, that's 3 million people. Yeah, they don't even know how to make a good argument. Like lie and make a good argument. Like Adam Schiff is a fucking good liar. Holy shit. That guy's like the master of bullshit. He can lie to you in the face and you'll believe him.
Wait a minute.
He won more than that.
I gotta see this.
Bro, she spent $2.5 billion and lost. That is a record. That is historical. No one ever spent that kind of money. In 5 months. Think about it. She spent over $2.5 billion in 5 months. How do you lose an election? She could have paid us all off just to vote for her. She could have gave us a check. With this check guarantees that you'll vote for me. There's nothing illegal about that. You could buy votes. Lie like Trump does every time. Yeah, right. Like lie about what? What is he lying about? Just don't come in here making blatant statements. Trump's a liar. Liar about what? What did Trump lie about so far? Right, Project 2025 is a form of reducing government spending, but I don't see it happening because they just gave a foreign country $4 billion. $4 billion, and they cut aid to the people that they're fighting against. Did Mexico pay for the wall? Well, the Democrats blocked it. They wouldn't let Mexico pay for the wall. They voted against it. If when Donald Trump said Mexico paid for the wall and the Democrats were on board, they would have paid for the wall. I mean, period. They would have said, you can't import any more of your goods unless you build the wall. And you provide security at the wall. Because you're costing us too much money and we need the money to pay for the wall and to pay for the security. So we're gonna put tariffs on you. You're gonna have to pay taxes when you import your goods. Like everybody else. When I go to work, I'm paying taxes just to have the privilege of working in this country. So if I want to work in America, I have to pay taxes. The government won't let me work unless I pay them taxes. So why should foreign companies do business in America, or let's call it work, and be exempt from paying any taxes or any fees or anything? They have no overhead in America. They just build it, make their crap, and send it here and fucking sell it and dance and make and have parties at my expense, at Americans' expenses that we have to pay the taxes. Right, and American companies have a way disadvantage than foreign companies who don't pay tariffs or import taxes. American companies have to pay taxes. They have to match employee taxes. They get sued. They got the EPA, all these organizations up their asses investigating them. All of this stuff. It's horrible. So, like, if China wants to shut down an industry in the United States, they could just go to the EPA and tell them, you got to shut down your factory because you're creating too much pollution. You spilt like this chemical, so you got to clean it up, and it's going to cost you $10 million to clean it up. How do you think all the companies went to China? Because not only because it's cheaper, because of the EPA and all of that helped them, that make it impossible for the businesses to make money in America because of all these three-letter organizations. The Labor Board, the EPA, this, that. King Charles shows true colors, meeting Zelensky at Sandringham after 10. You know what Prince Charles would do? Give fucking Zelensky the money. Give him how much do you want, Zelensky? 300 billion? Here you go, pal. We just gave Israel 400 billion. We, America, the government, just gave Israel 400 billion. So let England give the Ukraine 400 billion. Now let them keep fighting. That's all. Not American companies, Hadley. I said foreign companies don't pay import taxes, where American companies pay all the taxes. I mean, the Democrats, their motto is tax the rich and tax corporations in America, not tax the rich businesses that are importing their goods in this country or the rich people that own those businesses. They don't say that. Why don't they say that? Right? Who are they for? Are they for America? Why would you want to tax Americans no matter how rich they are? They're Americans. Why don't you champion or cheer to tax foreign rich people who are becoming rich by selling their products in this country? That without their country, their factories would close without America.
Trump state visit. UK Prime Minister rejects calls.
Tariffs have been active and implemented in the United States for over 150 years. Well, have you ever heard of a trade deficit? 623 Lee? Have you ever heard of a trade deficit? I guess not. Or you must not be an American then. You must live in a foreign country where your country benefits from not paying import taxes. There are some tariffs on some things, but tariffs should be on everything. There should be no tariff exempt or import tax exemptions. Everybody should pay to do business in the United States, so just don't. Go sell your shit somewhere else. Go sell your crap in China if you're in the UK or wherever. Go sell it to them. I'm sure they won't charge you an import tax either. Abdi Adin Barak. How you doing? Come on, guys. We have 151 people having a good time in the live stream, chit-chatting, cursing me out. You could at least give a thumbs up. Let's get it up to 100. Come on, everybody hit the thumbs up all at once. Ready? 1, 2, 3. If you're on a cell phone, all you got to do is double tap the screen. That's it. It's so easy. Tap, tap. Oh, we're up to 44. See? Just keep. If you haven't double tapped the screen and gave it a thumbs up, just do it. 48. 2 more, we're up to 50. There's no super chatting here.
Yeah, see, they're all running scared because none of them want to be taxed.
Who?
Even your the UK.
No, but you think the UK?
Look.
Yeah, like the UK, whatever. They don't even make anything there.
But they don't want tariffs on anything.
Of course, they don't want to pay tariffs. Because then the rich people who own these factories, it cuts into their bottom line. They have to lower their prices in order to pay the tariffs. Scuff nut. She's still Scuff nut. That's a good one. Canadian chick. Scuff nut. I bet he blocked me from who? Who blocked you? You're not blocked, Zero. Bloop. Well, would you rather have increased prices or increased taxes? Take your pick. Bloop. Who do you think pay? How are you going to pay for the government? How are you going to pay all these NGOs, all these foreign countries that come here asking for money? How are you going to do that? How are you going to pay for it? By taxing me constantly? Taxing my home? Making me pay property taxes? That's how? Okay. Kale, coming from Canadians' perspective, Trump is doing really right. The majority of Canadians like President Trump.
He's not doing anything wrong.
About what?
I don't see him doing anything wrong. He's trying to bring
Well,
peace
I mean, he should stop.
this fucking
He
country.
should tell his people stop giving money to foreign countries. That shit needs to fucking stop. They needs to stop. Like Zelensky, they block. So block every country from getting U.S. foreign aid because we can't afford it. We can't afford it. We don't have the money anymore. The bank is fucking closed. The piggy bank is empty. Teresa, how you? Who's delusional? Bro, Canadians love Trump. Where's Ann Tev? Wow. Ann, are you here? You see all these comments about Canadians loving Trump? She doesn't like Trump. I think she likes Trump, but she doesn't like him because he wants Canada to be the 51st state. She was in my live stream earlier today. Ukraine is a joke, and so is their president. He was on a Russian comedy show. Yeah. Because it's a comedy show. That's what that whole thing is. 350. You know how much money we gave Israel? 350 billion. That's nothing. He's ignoring my example. Ukraine loves Zelensky. Yeah, I'm sure they do. Hi from Croatia. Hey, Escort. Hello. Welcome to America. If Zelensky is a joke, then what's Putin? I've heard a lot of stupid things from Americans, but this suggestion of taxing foreign companies to do business in America. So you want foreign companies, to do business in America for free? Where I have to pay taxes just to work here? Am I allowed to work here for free? No, I have to pay taxes. And if I don't pay, the government wants to put me in jail. Right? If you don't pay taxes, you can go to jail. Giovanni Giorgio. Are you really Italian to even say that? Why don't you go join the Ukrainian army? Get on the front line. Put your thoughts where your body is and get out there and fight. Right, I don't understand tariffs, right. Right. Do you understand taxes? I don't understand tariff. It's not a tariff, it's an import tax. They just use the word tariff to confuse people into thinking that it's something else besides a tax. A tariff is a tax. So if you pay personal taxes, why would you want a foreign company to do business in the country that you're paying taxes in to not be exempt from paying taxes? You have the burden as a citizen to pay taxes. Why would you want foreign countries or foreign companies to not have the burden of taxation? Another B, SS, Jake the Bro Danas. We need Trump here in Canada. Blue U, what's up? OMFG, so dumb. Foreign countries pay the same tax. Really? Is that what a trade deficit means? That they're paying the same amount of taxes I do? Wow. I didn't know that's what a trade deficit means. You're very intelligent. You must have a very high IQ. Do you think Putin is a dictator? Ask Russians. Don't ask me. They live there. I only know what the media tells me. That's it. So I have to make a conclusion of all the information that I get from all the sources that I have. I'm an expert in what? Bullshit. I'm a bullshitter. You haven't figured that out yet? But I want to see what you think. Who cares what I think? I live in America. I live in Russia. Putin's not attacking the United States. We're not at war with Russia. We never were. So what does that mean? Listen to this guy. Where is he? Kasi Kivi. In Finland, overall tax is already over 60%. Finland is testing ground for U.S. Well, the problem is that Finland has such a small population. Let's see. What's the population of Finland? 5 million. 5.5 million people. Do you think that you get the amount of imports that the United States gets? Do you really think that the overhead of your government is greater than the overhead in the United States? You don't have enough people to even support your own country. There's a small percentage of people. So you have this, how many? Yeah, you have a population of 5.5 million people, right? And these 5.5 million people have to support the whole government, all the refugees, all the people on welfare, all the military, all the social programs. And so it's going to cost you 60%. Finland's not importing goods. Nobody wants to sell their shit in Finland. There's no money there. It's probably not even worth importing it. It probably costs more money to import like a half a container into Finland than it costs to import 4 containers into the United States. You understand the economics behind Finland having a 60% tax? You have a very minuscule population. So the country is hard. Where are they going to get the money to pay for shit? But the U.S., with its population and its history and its beauty and even the tourism this country has, and if we forced foreign companies to pay taxes, the American people probably wouldn't even have to be taxed. But no, I'm not like yelling at you, guy from Finland. My point is, what do you bring to the table? Myself. What can I bring to the table? What do you want me to bring to the table? Go-go dancer? What do you want? You want a girl to jump out of a cake? Matt, greetings from Russia. What's up, Matt? Here's Matt. Ask Matt. How do Russians feel about Putin? That's it. So if they favor Putin, then Putin's doing a good job for the Russians. Why would he do a good job for America or any other country. His job is to the Russians, not to anybody else. So if the Russians like the guy, then he's doing good for them. Russians divided, Hattie? Why, you live in Russia? Giorgio? Do you live in Russia? We have a guy here from Russia. Who else is from Russia in the live stream? Canadian chick, thank you. You live in Russia? With a name like Giovanni Giorgio? Why would you go move to Russia and not stay in Italy? Or you were, like, your family migrated to Russia for what reason? I don't know. It's fucking freezing there. Or would they open up a pizzeria or something in Russia? Or an Italian restaurant? Exactly. Donald Trump's sole job is to reduce my taxes. That's it. And protect the government and protect the borders and to protect it from foreign as invasion like espionage. Love from Western Canada. Thank you, Eli McCormick. Love from the United States. Yeah, so when you want to know about Putin, ask a Russian. Don't ask an American. I mean, what is the point of America to, oh, I hate fucking Putin? You're in America. Frank Molina, what's up? Ficole Max, you're very naive, John, but no one. Naive about what, Max? Scuff Nut, please get some proper schooling, Evan. Jeremiah Brown, who's your president, James? Be respectful or you'll get kicked out of the White House like Zelensky.
Why shouldn't Zelensky have gotten kicked out of the White House? That's my question.
And then that stupid fuck King Charles is like, butting up to Zelensky. So give him the money. Give him the money that he needs. Put your money where your mouth is, Charles. Stop being a cuck and give him the fucking money. Have your husband give him the money. Imagine that guy was married to Princess Diana, beautiful woman, gave him 2 kids, and he fucking threw her out. Because she found out what he really was. A butt nut. A froscio. Anybody here Italian know what a froscio is? Alex, I'm from Russia. Want to say that we have doubts in how fair and clear the elections are, but I believe in it's common. Right. That's true. That's a very good point. Elections are corrupt everywhere. Doesn't matter if you're Russian, Chinese, American. Doesn't matter. But as a leader, he's totally okay. At least with every year. Right. So if the Russians are not trying to dispose him, then he's doing a good job for the Russians. He doesn't need to do a good job for anybody else. He doesn't need to look out for Americans. It's like China. If China could get over on America, they will. George Thomas is pro-American from Canada. Thank you, sir. Dora Diesel. I wouldn't wear something around my neck if I was in a war either. Joseph Freeman, if what? You are a coward. Why? Who's a coward? Who? Canadian chick. You need to start digging in Iowa for some rare earths. Iowa. It's too cold there. I like to think they rough them up a bit before they throw them in. You are ignoring my example. The only man that office. Why don't you move to Russia? Fafo. fuck around, find out. Listen, all I said, Jeanette Cook, Miss Cook, right? Thank you for coming into the live stream. I hope you thumbed up the live stream. All I said is that you're asking my opinion on Putin, right? And all my response was, ask a Russian what they think of Putin. My opinion has no bearing on what I think of Putin. The only thing I know about Putin is what I learned from the media. Emma, make some hot chocolate. Cocoa. I'm going to have some cocoa.
You do.
What do you think, Jeanette? Am I right or wrong? Where did you get how do you know Putin is such a bad guy? Do you live in Russia? Is Putin taking your home away? What's Putin, what has Putin done to you? Directly. It's like the Russians saying they don't like Donald Trump because in Russia they have a negative view of Donald Trump. Is that fair? But in America, we love Donald Trump. That's like the Russians saying we hate Barack Obama. But in America, everybody loved Barack Obama. Is he serious? Serious about what? Serious about what? You have to continue the sentence. You have benefited from Democrats' legislation or you... No, I haven't. No, I haven't. My fucking property taxes are through the roof. My income taxes are through the roof. I can't even live in my house anymore. I got to move. It's too expensive. Property taxes just keep going up and up. I mean, when's it going to fucking stop? Come on, guys. We got 62 thumbs ups. Let's get it to 100. There's 149, 150 people watching. Even if you think that, whatever you think of me, hit the thumbs up. Same here in Canada. Exactly. We know what Justin Trudeau is doing because it's on the news. I mean, we physically fucking see it. We don't even know what Putin is doing. There's nothing on the news about Putin. You always see Putin trumping around like a man. Stop sending your money to Trump. I haven't. Why? Who should I send my money to? You won't answer my example. I am out of here. I don't know what you're talking about, Billy-O, but take care. Thanks for coming in.
What example?
Trudeau needs to go. Right. So here you have Canadians. A Russian came in this room and said he's doing okay. Putin. I'm from a Russian. Right? Now, but the majority of Canadians don't like the president. Zelensky is a boss. Okay, Giorgio.
He's a thief.
Elon Moore, you refuse to look. Look at what? Ron Jackson, Red Cross. I know that I made much. Zelensky said no more tariffs, Trump. Tariffs? Zelensky doesn't want to pay tariffs. He just wants free money so he can buy more houses and buy nicer clothes after the war. Dora Diesel, I agree. FLL, Canada, no. Yeah. I mean, Canadians are being taxed to fucking oblivion. Oblivion. For what? For what? Because the government of Canada is not doing a good job to protect the Canadian people. That's what taxation is. You're taxing your people to benefit who?
And the Oscar will.
Where's my Gaza Strip vacation? In Key Largo. No, what is that? Mar-Largo? Mar-Largo.
What the fuck is this woman wearing?
I'm in Quebec. It's worse here. Oh, see? You don't hear any Russians complaining about Russia.
Oh.
America's screwed because of people like me. I don't have any impact on anybody. I just go to work and do my thing. I have no impact on society or taxes or anything like that. So what would make you think that America is screwed because of me? What impact can I possibly have on anybody's life? Except if I give them money for free or help them in a way where they don't have to hire a worker. Joy, do you want hot chocolate? Luca Drago, speak the truth. John Fairweather, yeah, wonder why. We need to, we'll, that's a good point, Luca. The way you unite is to stop spending your money on stupid items like paper towels, bottled water, soda. Just buy things you need. That's it. When you go to the gas station, don't fill it up. Can I have a donut? Don't fill your tank up. Just put like $20. That's it. Because when you fill up your tank, all you're doing is you're sending a signal. See, these people could afford $3.25 a gallon. They're fucking filling it up. So you got to show them you can't afford the gas by buying less gas. You don't. You have to psychologically fuck them.
Emma, is there hot
You got to
water?
send them a message.
Hot water.
The message is that you're not buying paper towels anymore. Stop buying napkins. This is my napkin. And I wash these. Or buy whatever you want as a napkin. Go buy kitchen towels. Stop throwing your fucking money away on stupid shit. Trump is a good person and a great patriot. What's up, CT Hawk?
Fuck Kitty.
Ethan Moore. Hi, bro, from Turkey. Ramadan. Happy Ramadan. Happy Ramadan. What state do you live in? I live on the East Coast in New York. How are you doing, Brooklyn? Pretty good. Pretty good. Thanks for asking. How you doing? It's pretty rural in Western Canada. People use firearms to feed their families here, forgetting the rights to defend ourselves. We don't have the right. Yeah, because you know when you allow liberals in politics, they want to take your Second Amendment away so they can fuck you even harder. You have no self-defense. Basta fagioli, Joey the Roach. Che si dice? You doing okay? That's great to hear, my friend. All right, guys. Wow, we're up to 73 thumbs up. Let's get it up to 100. Come on. 100 be nice, no? It's good for everybody. Wouldn't everybody like to see 100 up there? Because we're all having a good time. No one's cursing each other out. Everybody's talking normal. No one's getting banned from the channel. No one's even gotten timed out. Hi, Unc. Hey, what's up? Chill Galaxy Fusion. What's up? Giovanni Giorgio. Nope. Lied about what? Tell me what I'm lying about before you say I'm lying. Unc, how old are you? Old enough. Old enough. Or not young enough. What? Wait a minute. What was that? John is Charter of Rights, but wish we had a similar constitution. Well, I mean, I remember Canada. Everybody had the Second Amendment right. Everybody had them. Everybody. You could leave your doors open in Canada. Now that's gone. I don't even know how that even
We
happened.
used to be able to do that here.
Yeah, everybody had them. Everybody.
Can't do it no more.
Canada chick, Giovanni, wash your mouth. Thank you, Canada chick. Hope you have a good day. Thank you, Galaxy Fusion. You too. Have a great day. That's true.
No hot water.
I'm wondering.
That's good.
Excuse me. That's all right. John Fairweather. We didn't have a Second Amendment. It was the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Yeah, because basically in England, I don't know if you're still under the Queen, the royal crown, but in England they have no Second Amendment there. Australia had it. They lost it in Australia as well. Free Luigi. Greg Tolman, hello, how you doing? Open borders means we can't leave our doors open. Exactly. How do you have open borders and like just say fuck the population? If you're basing your society on technology, then you don't need all these manual labor people. I saw in the mall they had a robot that was vacuuming the floors. A robot. So the mall is so desperate to make more money and eliminate labor, because that's what colleges teach you, is to hate labor, like labor is your enemy, that they're gonna go out and buy a robot to fucking vacuum the floor.
Stop and shop, everyone.
Thank you. I got my donut. Joanne never buys me donuts. She only gives me a hard time. What do you want?
Really?
Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You make people believe that.
You know, when you go to Dunkin' Donuts, they should warm up the donut for you too. Wow. That's good like that. A warm donut.
Krispy Kreme.
I don't like Krispy Kreme donuts.
But that's the whole purpose. Warm donuts.
They're not warm.
And down south they are. Where they originated.
It's all bullshit. National security chat leaks. What does that even mean? Do they tell you what was leaked? No. James McDonald, yeah, eggs. So how much do you want to pay for eggs, James?
That's where we should have went. We should have went to BJ's.
What do you want to pay for eggs? You got a card?
Mm-hmm.
Why, they have cheap eggs?
Yeah, cheap, a lot of stuff.
How much do you think you should pay for eggs? What do you think it's worth 12 chickens laying 12 eggs? And then from the farm, bringing them all the way to the supermarket so you can conveniently walk in there and buy a dozen eggs. What do you think that's worth? So you basically want the government to subsidize chicken farmers so you can have cheaper eggs and then raise your taxes? How do you think subsidies work? Where does the government get money? From taxes. So you're better off paying $5 for a dozen eggs than them raising your taxes or your property taxes, no? Because then you don't have to eat a lot of eggs. How many eggs are you like a baker? Do you make a lot of home stuff that needs a lot of eggs? Go get fucking chickens. Go raise your own chickens. If you don't like the price of eggs, go raise your own chickens. I mean, what's the answer? That farmers should lose money for you? What's the answer? Buy 6 eggs. It's more money, actually, right? A half a dozen eggs. It's crazy. Well, where I live, you're allowed to have 4 chickens as pets. So if you can get 4 eggs a day, no one's going to eat 4 eggs a day. Unless you eat eggs every morning. Matthew Smith. So if you're in poverty, you can't afford eggs anyway. If you're in poverty, you can go to the food pantry, the shelter, and they'll give you eggs. They'll give you food. Eat something else, right? Eat peanut butter. Right. Kiwi says they have eggs and they give their eggs away. Well, Seahawk, what do you want to do? That's their business. What do you want these farmers to charge you? Why should the farmer care about you? Why shouldn't the farmer care about his own family? His own profits? Why should he care about you getting cheap eggs? What sense does that make? Since save your money, and of what would you buy? Candy bars? Do you buy cake? Do you buy potato chips? Do you buy stuff like that? Junk food? Do you eat junk food? Stop eating junk food and buy eggs. Now you could afford the eggs that are healthy for you. You ever think of that? Trump Putin is a great asset. Well, Trump is pissed off because Zelensky canceled the elections. So in Trump's mind, if Zelensky didn't cancel the elections, the war might have been over already. The new president would have ended the war. But Zelensky canceled the elections. So Trump, in his mind, he's a dictator.
It's true. Why did Zelensky cancel the election?
Ukraine is a democracy. It's not Russia. Russian government is different than the Ukrainian government. So Trump can't say, well, you say you're a democracy, but yet you're canceling the elections and you're coming to a democracy that we frown upon canceling elections. America has never canceled an election since 1776. Let me look that up. Has the United States ever canceled an election? The presidential election cannot be canceled. Only Congress has the power to move election day. So Zelensky, him being president, he changed the laws in Ukraine to cancel the election. So he can stay in power because he was afraid he was not going to be voted back in. Nobody wanted to vote for him. So he had to step up and say, I'm going to be your president, whether you like it or not. And that's something, and right at that point, the United States should have stopped even talking to Zelensky. So that's it, you're out. You canceled the elections, you're not a democracy. We don't deal with dictators. Just like Idi Amin, wasn't he a dictator? Look what they did to him. Who else? Fidel Castro, wasn't he a dictator? Right? They said Saddam Hussein was a dictator, right? Gaddafi, all these guys. Oh, what about Kim Jong-un? Isn't he a dictator? Isn't he the enemy? There's no elections in South Korea.
That's why
in North Korea. What about in Iran? There's no elections there. They're our enemy. Why now all of a sudden there's no elections in Ukraine and Zelensky's our fucking poster child?
Yeah, but that's
you had all these assholes. Oh, Zelensky's a hero. He canceled the fucking elections. He's
not a hero.
He took away the people in his country's right to vote as a democracy. That's what Ukraine is. It's a democracy. He eliminated that. So if the country continues to give him money, he can do whatever he wants with it. He's the ruler.
So at the end of the day, all this money that these countries are giving him, and where Donald Trump was right, by saying no, get out, leave.
Right, like King Charles, right?
If he gives them money, he's an idiot.
King Charles is a monarch, so he sees Zelensky being viable because King Charles is a monarch. To him, he wishes he can get rid of Parliament so he could be the ultimate ruler, King Charles.
Pretty much.
Think of it like that. So King Charles and Zelensky have something in common. They're both monarchs. You know, it's like Zelensky's like a Napoleon. Let me see if the Napoleon can.
He's got the Napoleon effect.
Did Napoleon ever cancel elections in France? Did Napoleon hold elections? Well, there's very vague information on that. Okay, wow, look at that. We have 83 thumbs up. We need 17 more, and I'm sure there's 17 people here who haven't thumbed up the live to get it up to 100, which would be great. Shame on Americans for what? Richard Alfred, what country do you live in? That you must think your country's great. Bro, do you have a suit or just this cap? Quick begging for likes? I'm not begging, I'm asking. Asking and begging are two different things. You're in the live stream, and I'm just saying, you're in the live stream. We're having a good time. How about giving a thumbs up? What's so hard about that? God bless you. Who's supporting dictators, Jara? Brooklyn, New York, Coney Island, Bensoners. James A., what's up, buddy? Brooklyn in the house. Jordan T. Teeterson, asking for likes is socialism. Okay, I'm a socialist. We need 14 more thumbs up, and we'll have 100. I'm an auctioneer. What's up? Live streaming, listening to all these crazy liberals. How you doing, Pete? Where's the best pizza in Brooklyn, James? Paisan. Pisson? Pizzon. Cam. Rolling on my ass, more insults. What a coward. Who? Zelensky? You're a UK right-winger? You don't sound it. You sound like a liberal beta male. $91. Yeah. 91. Come on, let's get it to 100. 100. Spumoni autocorrect. Oh, I love Spumoni. David Beal says, I'm just trying to be contrarian. What's a contrarian? Tammy Pierce. Cole Truff is golfing, skiing, and Zelensky's defending his country with my money? Oh, you're fucking brilliant. Guts. Zelensky's defending his country with Americans' taxpayer money. So Zelensky's impoverishing Americans so he can fight a war that we don't even know how it fucking even started. Who? Robert Jara. 92. 8 more thumbs up, guys. Come on, we can do it. Hugo Lago. We should have never gave... Yeah, we should give nobody money. Who lends money out like that? Go to the World Bank and borrow the fucking money. Why come here and borrow it? Isn't there a World Bank that lends money out, or no? Am I wrong about that? Lee, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. Rolling on the floor. Democrats. You said, yeah. How do you Democrats feel about you said? US aid. US aid. Russia invaded. All right. What other countries have Russia invaded besides Ukraine? What other countries? We don't know how it started. How about Russia invaded Ukraine? Most support from America. Yeah, I mean, it's funny how they invaded once Biden got into office. They didn't invade while Trump was in office. Crimea happened under Obama. Obama just gave it to them. Guts, Afghanistan. What else? This dude is blind. No, I'm not. I have glasses on. 95. Come on, 5 more, guys. 95. Guts. Slava Ukraini. Russia has invaded Kazakhstan, Georgia. It has taken actions in Estonia and Lithuania. So what happened in those countries? Are they all right? They annexed Crimea in 2017. What year did Russia annex Crimea? In 2014. Who was president in 2014 in the United States? Barack Obama. You forgot about that whole Ukrainian Crimea thing? Barack gave the Russians Crimea. He let them take it. He probably paid off the Crimeans so Russians can go in there. Obama, right. Thanks, James. God save us with these traitors in charge. 98, 2 more thumbs up. Who's going to be 100? I always like being like rounding off. Like it's 99, I'll hit the like. I don't care. It's fun. Oh, so now you're trying to say that Donald Trump cheats at golf? Come on. The Ukrainians are fighting. I mean, if you do the math and the numbers with all the amount of whatever's going on there compared to World War II, I mean, these motherfuckers must be like seriously like battling constantly, nonstop. How many soldiers did Germany lose during the Russian war? So Germany lost 1.4 million fucking German soldiers in that war. That's insane. Insane. Let me see. How long did the Russian-German war last? The war between Russia, Soviet Union, and Germany primarily fought in the Eastern Front during World War II, lasted 4 years. Whew. So it's 1,4,019 divided by, let me see, well, divided by, let me see, 4, that's 48 months, divided by 48, so equals, so every month the Germans were losing 29,500 men. Is that possible? Divided by 4. So every week the Germans were losing 7,390 men. Is that possible? I'm just asking for a friend. Divided by, did I already say 7? No, divided by 7. So every single day for 4 years, they lost 1,055 men. Is that possible? Divided by 24 hours, so every single hour, they were losing 44 men, the Germans. Now, you got to give it to them. Let's say they lost 400,000 because of starvation, they froze to death, accidents and stuff like that. Even if it was 1 million in 4 years, that's a fucking huge number. You know what kind of battling that is? They didn't even have they were fucking fighting urban warfare, pretty much. There was no open field battles. There was no heavy bombardments. They were going fucking room to room, building to building. So how the fuck did they lose all those men? It's insane. I don't know. Let's see. How many men did the Russians lose during World War II with the Germans? Oh my gosh. According to the official Russian government figures, the Soviet people, they lost 26.6 million people due to the 1.4 million Russians. That's pretty fucking sad, if you ask me. I mean, how is that even possible? That means the Russian government were run by fucking idiots. How did 26 million people lose their lives at the hands of 1.4 million? When they're not even close. They're outside. How does that even happen? Because probably most of these Russians died of starvation, all kinds of shit. And then they say this includes around 8.6 million military deaths as calculated by the Russian Ministry of Defense. So the Germans were pretty good fucking soldiers. If the Germans sent out 1.4 million men and they had a supply chain that was in Germany all the way to Russia, and here they whacked 8.6 million Russians? Who the fuck trained these? Who were these generals that were running the Russian army? I mean, if these numbers are real. I mean, these numbers, let's do the numbers for the Russians. So you got 8.6 divided by, what the fuck is division? Oh, here it is. Divided by 48 months equals, I did a percentage. 8.6 million. I can't do the point. So 6 million. Oh, 8.6 million divided by 48 months. That's 179,166 troops, Russian soldiers a day. Now, you're only talking about land battle. They're not fighting in the sea. There's no air battles. It's fucking hand-to-hand combat. That shit's hand-to-hand combat. The Germans didn't have all this huge... The only time that the Germans launched their defensive with the tanks is when the Germans started pulling out. When they started retreating, then the Russians came after with the tanks. So they're losing 179,000 men a month. Divided by 4. That's 44,791 men a week. So the Germans Compared to the Russians, they just, what, they have no bullets? They didn't know how to shoot? The Germans are better marksmen? How are the odds like this? Divided by 7, that's 6,398 men a week for the Russians. I should have kept the figures for the versus 43 men. Oh, okay, so divided by 7. So the Germans they had 43 casualties a day versus the Russians had 914. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? The Russians lost at the hands of the Germans 914 men a day. And the millions of civilians that lost their lives. Let's not even just imagine counting them in there. So here you have just Russian soldiers, German soldiers, making Russia lose 26 million people out of 1.4 million people. That's fucking incredible. That's insane. Think of it. 98. Come on, 2 more thumbs up. How is that somebody in here didn't give a thumbs up? Who wants to be 99? Come on. Let's be 99. Come on, 99. Pop up there. Hey, we got 99. Who wants to be 100? Let's go. Beat 100. That's cool, man. Hey, we got 101. Yeah, thank you. Think about it. I mean, are these numbers real? Like, if you didn't know, when I told you, there was a war where one side lost 26 million people at the hands of 1.4 million people, would you believe that? And these people were, let's see, how far is Russia from Germany? 1,000 miles. All right. So Germany was 1,000 miles away. That's like from here to Florida. That's really, I could drive that in 18 hours. So basically, they got there quick. I mean, even if they had troop transports that went 40 miles an hour, they could have arrived there in like a day, to the Russian front. But think about it. You have an invading army that 1.4 million men lost their lives, so there was more Germans than that, but created triple, quadruple more than their casualty rate, their own casualty rate. Is that possible? So they have the same numbers in the Ukraine. That's my point. That's my point. Now, does it make more sense to say that United States lost 420,000 men, but the United States had ships that sank, right? Each ship carried, probably at the time, had like 2,000 men on it. The battleships, the aircraft carriers, right? Even today, this fucking aircraft carriers like 7,000 men. It's insane. How many men are on an aircraft carrier in the United States? Searching. Yeah, think about it that way. So we were fighting the Japanese, 5,000 personnel. And we have computers now. Just think back in World War II, there was no computer. Everything was fucking done by hand. There was all mechanical shit. Oilers, they had oilers oiling the pistons. It was all mechanical. So we had submarines, aircraft carriers, battleships, fueling tankers, airplanes. We had all the fucking B-1 bombers, all the fighter jet planes, right? Then you had all the ground troops, the Marines. Okay, you could say, well, maybe Germany could have in Japan took out 420,000 U.S. soldiers. And then you got to say to yourself, Russia, not that I'm knocking Russia. I love Russia, right? I think Russia's a great country. You got to say to yourself, Russia lost 26 million people just fighting the Russians, the Germans. The Germans at the same time were fighting the Americans and the Allies. I mean, how do you lose 26 million people? Where did they fucking get that number? 26. Well, if you take 26, you could turn that into 666, because if you take the 2 and make it a 1 and a 1 and a 6, you got 666, right? And it is actually 26.6 million people that Russia claims they lost, right? I'm just throwing that out there. They said 26 million people. So anytime you see a number 6, you have to be careful of what you're trying to understand, because that's the mark of the beast, 666. And they hide the 666 in many different fashions, like a 6-pointed star. That's 666. Dementia medication. Why that doesn't make any sense to you? Kick rocks, Ukraine. Well, it's not the Ukrainian people. I met a lot of Ukrainians. They're very nice, gentle, sweet, even the men, very nice, calm men, very respectful. It's the government. This fucking people who want to continue the shit. And then what he's wearing here is the Kazakhstan echelon. Oh my God, this guy is hitting the rock candy. You mean the nose candy? Hey, listen, you don't have to believe anything I say. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just giving you my opinion on the information I got. So all I'm saying is that the internet facts, right, claims that Russia, at the hands of the Germans, lost 26 million civilians and soldiers. And it was like 8.6 million soldiers that they lost in 4 years, versus the Germans lost 1.4 million. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? That the Russians had no bullets? They were just attacking them with rocks, and then the Germans would just fucking mow them down? I mean, what is the answer? It's right here. The Russians lost 914 men a day, if you do the math, to the Germans 48. That's a huge margin. That is a huge fucking margin. It's not like the Germans lost 48 and the Russians lost 52. Then that's fair enough. That's an even fight, right? Technically. That's like me say, okay, if you go in the UFC ring and last one round, right, which is 3 minutes, you're going to get $500,000. You think I could last 5 rounds with a professional MMA? He'd fucking knock me out in one shot. I go in there, pow, and that's it. I'm out. That's what this is showing you. That's what it's showing you. It's like having an amateur fighter, no matter how big you are. You get a fucking lightweight MMA fighter, and you get some doof in there that weighs 260 pounds and 6'3", and walks in the ring and puts his hands up. That little guy's going to knock him the fuck out. He's going to because he knows how to punch. He's going to boom and knock you out. Like even kick you in the gut and knock you on your ass. So when you see casualties like this, 914 Russians a day, soldiers, without the 26 million or the 18 million civilian casualties, not including them. This is what Russia claims. What does that tell you? Democrat voters move to Canada already, please. Canada doesn't want them. They have enough problems with liberals. Think about it. So when you hear these numbers of all these casualties, is it possible? They have more casualties in the Ukraine-Russian war than the United States had in World War II. If you see the numbers, you know what I'm saying? The rate of engagement. Now, naturally, like I said before, the Americans were fighting the Japanese and the Germans, and they were fighting in the air and the sea. Just don't forget, like the Americans hunted down the Yamamoto, that big fucking ship that did nothing. I don't even think it sank an American ship. It was just too slow. It was too big. You know what I mean? Instead of like the Japanese building 3 smaller, faster ships, they built one big, monstrous, stupid ship. Because it's probably cheaper to build one big ship than it was to build 3 little ships. Right? Even Italy in World War II lost 360,000 men. In the entire war. That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking casualties. But to say like in the German, the Russians lost totally 26 million people, that's fucking pretty sad for the Russians. That's all I'm saying. And the Germans were like crack troops. To give them 8.6 million casualty rate to their 1.4. So the Russians won the war. In reality, if you look at the math, you do the math, the Germans won the war, not the Russians. The only reason why the Germans had to run is because they were fighting on too many fronts. They ran out of fucking men. They ran out of men. There was nobody to fight. The whoever was left out of the men they sent into Russia, the 1.4 million casualties, the rest of them were shot. They were probably wounded, starving. They had to escape. They had to run. They had no more food, no more, because if they were supplied with medicine and heat, good food, and they probably could have fucking took over the whole country. Because look at the casualties the Russians suffered. And they're in their own country. That's like Mexico invading the United States and they fucking wipe us out. That's what that is. That's a complete destruction. For the Germans to go in there and cause 8.6 million Russian casualties, that's a total annihilation. I don't even know where the fuck they even got 8.6 million troops. I mean, how big was the Russian population during World War II anyway? Let me see. How big was the Russian population during World War II? Oh, that's on YouTube. How big was the Russian population during World War II? So according to Lelev, Soviet State Planning Committee, documents put the Soviet population at 205 million in June 1941 and 169.8 million in June 1949. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Think about it. The Germans annihilated Russia. So if Germany was smart and they literally went into Russia right off the bat of the fucking war, fuck England, France, Poland, they would have took over the whole country. There's no way the Russians could have defended themselves. They didn't defend themselves during the war. They couldn't have. If you have 8.6 million casualties in men, which I'm sorry for all that, Hitler was stupid. He should have went right into fucking Russia immediately. instantly, and just went right into Moscow and just destroyed it. And that would have been the end of Russia. They would have split it all up. And then he probably should have went into the Middle East and took all the oil, or did that first, had the oil, because don't forget the Russians ran out of oil. They didn't have. They say on like YouTube they didn't have oil for their rifles. They couldn't even cock their rifles, and they had the Mausers. Those fucking. How did they cause all those casualties? How the fuck did they have 8.6 million casualties to Germany's 1.4 million? I don't know. I mean, is that factual fucking stuff? I mean, how many men did Germany lose in total in World War II? Wow. So according to most historical estimates, Germany lost approximately 5.3 million military personnel during World War II, including men conscripted from areas outside of Germany's borders, like Austria, Eastern Europe. Yeah. So now, Germany losing. Now, if you got to continue to do the math to put it all together. You know what I'm saying? So if you take 5.3 million I gotta stop using the point. Yeah. 5.3 million. Yeah, minus 1.4 million 19 equals. So Germany lost 3,898,100 men against the Allies. So do those numbers add up? Because the United States lost 420,000 men, including fighting the Japanese on two fronts. So who was left fighting the Germans in World War II? The English, the Americans, and the Canadians, the Australians, but they had very, very small militaries. So the Germans' casualty rates against the Allies was disproportional, just like the German casualty rates to the Russians was disproportional. So the Allies were better soldiers than the Germans. Because the Germans didn't help the Japanese. They were fighting their own fucking battles. So does that make any sense? What I'm telling you, does it make any sense? Germany lost a total of 5.3 million men. 1.4 million of them were against the Russians, that they caused them to have 8.6 million casualties. But the Allies caused the Germans 3.9 million casualties, if you write on the. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? How would the two disproportions? So the Americans were better soldiers and the English than the Russians, but the Germans were not as good as fighting the Allies than they were as fighting the Russians? I don't know. And they're fighting on their homeland? It makes absolutely no fucking sense. All these numbers. I wish I was right. I'd write a book. I'd write a book like, how is this even possible? How do these numbers make any sense? They make no sense. Because the United States lost Italy lost 320,000 too, and they were on the German side. Unless that's included in the German number factor. You right, John? Does that make any sense? The casualty rate for the Germans against the Allies was greater, so the Allies were better soldiers or better generals. You know, they had better strategies against the Germans, but the Germans annihilated the Russians because the Germans were fighting on different fronts with the British, the fucking these guys. Then they had the French partisans and all of these war movies, right? That kind of paint the picture of the war. If you watch all the movies, Dr. Zhivago. Think about it. So, a lot of this, I don't know, man. It's questionable. If you look at the numbers, because if the Germans fought so gallantry, so well, where to annihilate, they annihilated the Russians. If the Allies let off on the Germans and just stop, slow down the battle and let the Germans reinforce in Russia, they would have fucking took over the whole country, according to these numbers. So perhaps what happened was the Allies increased their efforts in the war to help the Russians reorganize. There's the Battle of Ardennes, the Battle of this, the Battle of that. 3.9 million Germans just in Europe, in the Western European stage of the war versus the Eastern Europe, which is Asia. I think Russia's in Asia, but they say it's Europe. I don't know. That's what happened. All right. That's what it comes down to. You could believe Ripley's believe it or not. I kind of find the numbers disingenuous. I'm sorry. Because, all of a sudden now the Germans, they didn't even have a navy anymore. The Americans built out navy and everybody. Even the British. They fucking destroyed the Japanese navy. Destroyed the German navy. They didn't have a navy anymore. The Americans destroyed the fucking Luftwaffe. So where the fuck are they getting 3.9 million casualties? Yeah, let me see. What was the population of Germany during World War II? 78 million. Versus the Russian 205 million? It makes no fucking sense. It absolutely makes no sense. It makes no sense. Yeah, but the casualty rates on the Allies wasn't... All right. I gotta write it down. Oh, gosh. Who were the Allies in World War II? Great Britain, not the Soviet Union, that's bullshit. United States, France, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Poland, China. Well, because we liberated China through Japan. So China really didn't fight in the war. So if you really think about it, Great Britain. All right. How many soldiers did Great Britain lose during World War II? So during World War II, Great Britain lost 383,700. How many soldiers did the United States lose during World War II against the Germans? 318,000. Uh, 200. How many men did the United States lose in World War II in total against the Germans and the Japanese? 405,000. So against the Japanese, how many men did Japan lose during World War II? 2.1 million. So the United States lost like less than 100,000 men versus 2.1 million Japanese. The Battle of Iwo Jima. Does that make any sense? Yeah, but who was the Japanese fighting during World War II? The Americans. I just said here the United States lost 405,000 people. Can I get another calculator? Oh, I got another one. All right. So 405,000 minus 318,274. That's 86,000. 86,000. Was the United States the only country fighting with Japan in World War II? No, the United States was not the only country fighting Japan. China was already engaged in the war with Japan before the U.S. entered conflict. And other allied nations like the United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand also fought against Japan. But they were also fighting. All right, so even if you take those other countries, the United States against Japan only lost 86,700 to their 2.1 million. Unless it was like China really fucked up Japan. Let me see. How many men did China kill of the Japanese in World War II? There's no statistics. R.J. Rommel from the invasion of China, there's no number. Sino-Japanese War, source guide. All right, so here we have. So far we have Great Britain in World War II. Lost 383,700. The United States less, 318,000. So how many you think New Zealand, Canada? Let's give them 100,000, right? 150,000. All right, let's ask France. How many French soldiers did France lose in World War II? 210,000. All right. Let's give them 210, France. So let's give another what? 90,000 for the rest of the allies? You know, like Australia, New Zealand. And we'll add this up. So 383,700 plus US 318,274 plus France 210,000 10,000 even plus 90,000. So Germany lost 300 in 3.898 100 million men to the Allies. 1 million men. But Germany took out 8.6 million Russian soldiers. Does that make any sense? How is that possible? How can the German army annihilate the Russians but yet have so many casualties in Europe? How is that possible? So minus 1000197.4. Yeah. So that's my whole thing. I'm just saying, like, these numbers that we're getting don't add up. They don't add up. War isn't a ball game. Yeah, but they didn't have. All right, they didn't have the weaponry we have today. It was all hand-to-hand combat, bro. You had to see your enemy to shoot them. It's like Vietnam. 2.9 million Vietnamese versus 58,000 Americans. Does that make any fucking sense? Is that like what are they doing? Throwing spears at the Americans? Like where did they get these fucking numbers? Yeah. How many men did Vietnam lose during the Vietnam War? All right, so now this makes sense. The Vietnam War began in 1960s as pro-communist activity led to the increased U.S. involvement in the region. Death tolls during the Vietnam War totaled 58,000 Americans, 2 million Vietnamese civilians, over 1 million North Vietnamese soldiers, and upwards of 200,000 South Vietnamese soldiers. So the North Vietnamese lost 1 million men, and the Allies, the United States and South Vietnamese, was 258,000. Well, that's not a bad number. That's a reasonable amount. But it's not disproportionate like World War II. I mean, that's insane. Those numbers are crazy. Well, we got up to 113 thumbs up. Thank you, everyone. I would have fought for Hanoi. They fought World War II with machine guns and artillery. Yeah, I know, but my point is that the Allies lost in total 1 million men. Unless the numbers I'm getting off the internet are wrong. I mean, that's a possibility too. Versus the Germans lost 3.9 million. But when they fought with the Russians, the Germans lost 1.4 million to their 8.6 million. You understand? Even the Germans losing all those men to the Allies, how the fuck is that even possible? How is that possible? That means against the Allies, the Germans could not shoot. They couldn't shoot. Right? Their accuracy wasn't as good. But with the Russians, the German accuracy was way higher. Much higher. Much higher. Even if you say, wow, the Russians lost in total 26 million people, I wouldn't even fucking say that if I was the Russians. I'd be embarrassed. That's an embarrassment. Guts, what's up? Who's the smart and stupid person, Guts? With numbers, the amount of losses on the Axis. But there was less. No, the Axis was the Germans. We're the Allies. The Axis was World War One. That was like the Austro-Hungarians and the fucking Turkey. Well, that's probably one of the reasons why Germany lost the war, because of Turkey. Why would you side with an ideology that doesn't even like you? Like, what are you, stupid? What makes you think you could trust them if they don't like you to begin with? No, the Axis was World War One. Germany really didn't have that many allies during World War II, not like they did in World War One. The Kaiser had better friends than Hitler. Let me put it to you that way. Even the Jews backed the Kaiser in World War One. Okay, Stephen. So what was the Axis in World War II? World War One was the Triple Powers. The Triple Powers? I never even heard of that. Germany and Japan. Germany and Japan were never allies. They were never allies. Actually, Japan betrayed Germany. They were supposed to launch an invasion on the Russians, and they never showed up to the fight. No, they weren't. They were maybe allies on paper, but they never really helped each other. The Japanese never went into Europe to fight against the Americans or them. Nor did the Germans help the Japanese fight against in their battles. Yeah, but we're not talking about casualties, and the Americans didn't murder POWs. They brought them to America. How do you think all these Germans got here? They brought them over here, and they stayed. The Germans were like, hey, can I get a job? Can I have a cigarette? They fucking were happy being here. Because Germany and the Americans have a lot in common. They look alike. They believe in the same God. They have the same, they like the same things. They like to smoke. They like to drink. They have a lot in common, Germans and Americans. Well, Italy lost 320,000 men. That's just as much as the United States in World War II. So that's just as many as Great Britain or any other country, even France. So Italy didn't not participate in the war. I mean, unfortunately, they helped Hitler. They were allied on paper, but not strategically. Well, Z-Crane, I don't know everything. Honestly, you don't know what you're talking about. Japan being allied with Germany is how America was able to mobilize after Pearl Harbor. All right, let me just do a quick search. What battles did Japan and Germany fight in together? All right. During World War II, Japan and Germany did not fight in any major battles together. Gee. as they operated in separate geographical theaters, primarily because of the vast distances between their respective battlegrounds. However, they were both part of the Axis powers. See, they were the Axis powers and technically allied, meaning they were fighting against the same enemies. So Germany, even though Germany and Japan were technically allies, but they never fought together. Great Britain and the Americans fought together, right? The Americans and probably the British liberated France and Italy, right? But Japan and Germany never shared a common battleground. That's my point. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing they weren't allies, but they weren't allies where they shared combat. Yeah, Pearl Harbor was the reason why the United States got into the war. Okay, Palmer, you're a genius. Wow, you're so smart. I thought the axes of powers were from World War One. I didn't know they carried it over to World War Two. Germany declared war on us after the war. After World War II, Germany declared war on the United States. Well, like I said, if Germany should have just invaded Russia immediately, just took their oil, just went into Russia and took all the fucking oil. Why do you think they invaded Russia? Because they wanted the oil. And I think they actually captured the oil fields. I think what happened was, I bet you, that Russia surrendered the oil fields to Hitler so he wouldn't invade Moscow. Yeah, they wanted oil, raw materials. Hello? They wanted oil. That's why they invaded the Middle East. And when they lost the war, the battles in the Middle East, they should have just surrendered. They were stupid to continue to fight. If you lost against the British in the Middle East, you're not going to win the war. That's it. You can't win. Why invade Russia? It's stupid. What are you going to win? Nothing. If you can't take the oil or get resources, then what are you fighting for? What's the point? So then why didn't Germany invade Moscow? Why would you invade Petersburg? Stupid. Because the Russians surrendered the oil fields. Why do you think Germany went into Russia to begin with? To conquer Russia? No, to get their fucking oil. That's what they wanted. The Russian oil fields were so heavily defended by the Germans, you couldn't fly a fucking mosquito over the air defense they had there. How do you know? You were there? That was a smart move for the Russians to say, we'll give you the oil, just don't come into Moscow. Then he should have took the oil and just, fuck you, we're going to come into Moscow anyway. The last book this dude read was Goosebumps. Right, they needed the oil. Right. Weechi, when did I say they didn't need the oil? They needed the oil. For their fucking tanks and all their planes and all their factories. They had just like today, Germany has no energy. They have to buy oil and natural gas from Russia and who knows who else. They can't produce their own energy. Right, they went into Russia to take the oil, and Russia surrendered it so they wouldn't invade Moscow. And then stupid Hitler invaded St. Petersburg and fucking delayed. You know, once he got the oil, maybe he could have just went. I don't know. I would have just went to a ceasefire with Europe. All right, we got oil, ceasefire. Now they can concentrate everything in Russia. Green Eggs and Ham. You read that book? Did you make it through the whole book? Green Eggs and Ham? Oh, Stalingrad, yeah. Russia didn't surrender their oil. Germany tried and failed. They took it. They had the oil. They had it. I just explained to you that Germany, according to Russia, caused 26 million casualties, including 8.6 million soldiers casualties to the 1.4 million Germans. If that makes sense to you, does that make sense to you? You can explain why the sky is purple. Doesn't mean it's correct. So that's not correct. I looked it all up on the internet. And I've looked it up before in the past. That's what it says. That Russia, according to Russia, they lost 26 million people. But then the casualties, the Allies inflicted 3.8 million German casualties. So what that tells you is that the Russians are totally disorganized. How do you explain that they lost 8.6 million men? Well, yeah, if King Charles is helping Ukraine, then we should just tell Zelensky, get your money from the UK. Don't come to us anymore. That's why I looked it up, Stephen. Look it up yourself. I'm just going by what the internet says. I don't know if they signed the deal. The work Kamala did? What work did she do? I didn't know she even worked. UK sending money. We sent 3.7 billion. So we gave Ukraine 3.7 billion. It's fucking nuts. And then you wonder why people don't want to pay taxes. I don't want to pay taxes either. They're just fucking pissing away my money to all these foreign countries, and I got to pay taxes on my property, sales tax, income taxes. I got to file taxes. Oh, the UK gave them 3.7 billion? Good. When? Today? Oh, we already gave 350 billion. Yes. Elon Musk has 50 billion. 50 billion? 50 billion. You piss it away on all those foreign countries in these foreign... Well, Elon Musk is a dual citizen, American, like many people in this country are. Not that I agree with dual citizenship. I think it should be illegal. But he sounds like he really loves America. I don't think they got 50 billion. That's a lot of fucking money. That's more than what Nassau gets. Yeah. These people like talking going to space and Mars. It's bullshit. It's never going to happen. What's up, Francine? I'm on your side, buddy. Some of these people aren't even smart enough, so I'm going back to my barbecue. Well, enjoy your barbecue. What are you having? He does in South. Yeah, he's got citizenships with any country he wants. You think a country's not going to give him a citizenship? Donald Trump is going to sell green cards for $5 million a pop. Elon Musk has both Canadian citizens and Canadian too. Yeah. There's no law, international law, that you're only entitled to one citizenship. So he can go and get his citizenship any way he wants. The speaker said you either send aid or put men on the front lines in Europe. I get such whiplash over American politics. You're in or you're out. But the U.S. is not at the negotiating table anymore. Good. So the Americans have to send troops to the Ukrainian front line. I wouldn't go. If I was an American soldier, fuck you, I ain't going. I have nothing against Russia. Russia's done nothing to the United States. Why should we go fight for Ukraine? First of all, they should tell Zelensky, either you hold elections or no one's going to help you. We're a democracy. Europe has elections. Whether they're good or bad, they still hold elections. The United States, we held elections. Why is the UK in need of not having elections? So Zelensky's forcing the people of the UK to accept his totalitarianism, his dictatorship, like Trump says. Yeah, Trump's golfing every weekend. What do you do on the weekends? What do you do on the weekends? Sew the holes you have in your underwear? Patch your underwear up from talking out of your ass so much? Joe Rogan died? Come on. No way. Rest in peace, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. News. Elon Musk calls Social Security a Ponzi scheme, sparking. Why? What's up with Joe Rogan? I gotta lose weight. Look at my face. Donuts and hot chocolate. You think Ukraine had a fair election in 2014? I'm not saying they did or they didn't. I wasn't there. I only know what I hear from the news. Melissa. Dr. Jungry Brogan just shows how easily these dummies are duped. Zelensky don't need peace that have... Yeah, he's not fighting in the war. He's in America while they're over there fighting. He's trying to make money. Like, what are they fucking giving him? I don't understand it. They gave him 300. They could have paid Russia not to fight. Here's 200 billion. Pull out. I bet you Putin would have took the money. It's okay. What do they do with $200 billion? $350 billion in 3 years. What did they spend that on? And they're losing the fight. And their casualties are worse than World War II. We had elections during all the wars in our country. So did the European countries. They all had elections during World War II. Trump is a draft dodger? No, he's not. Trump, I think, went to military school. He wasn't a draft dodger. Johnny here has a sexual assault charge against him from 1981. Bye-bye, jerk off. Sam Miller spent. I don't think Trump owns a yacht. Let me see. Does Donald Trump own a yacht? Yes, Donald Trump. Wow. Holy shit. Look at the size of that thing. Holy smokes. What year is Donald Trump's yacht? He has a $600 million yacht. You know how much it costs to maintain a yacht like that? He probably docks it who knows where in Florida. That costs a fortune. You need somebody on that boat every single day doing maintenance and cleaning it. Or else the thing will turn to shit. Then you got to take it out of the water. They probably have divers that go in and clean the bottom. You know how much work to maintain a boat like that is? Muhammad Ali was right. He was a draft dodger. Because he changed religion to avoid the war. Or he used the religion. Even Christians can say, even a Christian could be a conscientious objector. It says right on the Ten Commandments, thou shalt not kill. So you can go and say, it's against my religion to fight. Why? Thou shalt not kill. That's against my religion. I can't kill. That's it. That's your way out of being drafted into the military. You don't have to say anything. All right, guys. Thanks for coming into the live stream. We've been live for 3 hours, and we have 121 thumbs up. I appreciate everyone for giving a thumbs up. All the new subscribers and all the people who were very polite and kind to everyone in the chat, including myself, for making a lot of mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, right? So, we had a great live, and let's do it again. Everyone who's here, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And if you haven't given it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs up. And take care. Peace out. God bless you, and have a great night. And enjoy your Monday. Have a good Monday. Have a good Monday. Thank you, guys.